He doesn't know. What do you want me to say?
Just talk about the project.
Okay, look. I found one of Josh's address books with all his ex-girlfriends' names in them. So I decided to contact them and just kind of get their take on the kind of person that Josh is, their relationships, how they met him, getting really detailed about the intimate parts of their relationships.
Why?
I guess I wanted to get like a better sense of the kind of person he is, because I feel like there's something about him that's still just such a mystery to me. I wanted to see if I could find it through their words, but of course I didn't tell them that. I couldn't have told them that I was his girlfriend. I mean, I just don't think any of them would talk to me. So, Josh used to be on a reality TV show, so I used that as my premise. I told them that we were filming a documentary about reality TV stars' lives, I guess. I thought that was the best way to get in. And, I just am having a hard time getting a hold of them, so I'm just gonna go out and find them. I mean, is that enough? Is that enough? Are we done? I don't really think I should talk anymore.
The first name in the book was Elisa Nemtsev. We tried contacting her through email, but her responses were really elusive. We figured it was something to do with the language barrier, so we found her address and tried to pursue her instead.
I know you originally didn't want to talk to me, but
You follow me, didn't really have choice.
I know, but still, I appreciate it.
It's just that I'm pretty private person. But you seem nice enough. I don't know what this is about, though. Like, maybe you see my work in Bride?
Bride?
Oh, maybe not. I work for magazine Ruski Journal Brides, and I graphic designer, and maybe I thought you see my work and like something.
It's not quite that.
Okay, so I don't know what this is about then, especially,
Well, I respect that you keep your personal matters close, but we're actually filming a documentary right now about the actual lives of reality TV stars. And we have information that you've had contact with one Josh Herman of Beauty and the Geek.
Yes. Josh, I know Josh.
Can I ask how?
Well, it's not so big deal, but I saw on this show and it was so strange for me. I'm not forward person, and it was so strange for me. I mail him after seeing on this show.
Really? What compelled you to do that?
I don't know. It was so out character for me. I had to.
Did he respond?
Yes, he responded. But at the beginning, I think now he want to visit Moscow, not me. He working for Art Journal, working on Architectura International Cathedral. And I don't know very much about this, but he много говорил, he talk a lot about St. Basil's.
Okay, so he flew all the way to Russia to be with you. How did that make you feel to have him in the flesh outside of television and email?
I was very nervous. I was shaking because I live in, small town for my work. I don't know very many people, many things who can entertain guests. And I was so scared he would think that I was some kind of crazy fan or some boring lady. I am a bit boring lady, though.
Well, how long did he stay?
Like 10 days.
Was that the last you ever saw of him?
No, actually, I visit Los Angeles for like 12 days, but Josh work a lot. And I play many video games with his cousin, who he live with.
Did you sleep with him?
The cousin, no, I
No, not the cousin. Josh. Did you sleep with Josh?
I don't know why this is important for the documentary.
It is, but again, if you don't want to answer the question, that's totally fine.
It had been a long time for me.
So it was more clinical then, the sex? No romance at all?
You know, when Josh meet me at the airport, he gave me a pair of Converse sneakers and I wear them all the time. When he gave them to me, I cry so hard. I think that people think that he do something bad for me. You know, he was special.
What changed?
I don't want to talk about this.
Simone Rosen was a lot easier to get a hold of. She responded right away. Actually, she even insisted on the place we meet, saying that she wanted the energy to be just right.
Should we just leave?
I think we should probably give it a...
Oh, Simone?
Oh, hey. Yeah, I thought it was you with the cameras and all.
Please, have a seat.
Thank you.
Thanks for agreeing to meet with us. This place is really lovely.
Oh, of course. Yeah, this is my favorite joint in town. Speaking of joints...
So I'm guessing you're wondering why we asked you to be with us today.
Oh, no, not at all. I know why I'm here.
You do?
I consult the I Ching for all matters of importance. Every question I have.
Okay, so you know we're here to talk about...
Josh? Of course.
Okay, great. Well, that makes it easier then. We can just skip over all the unnecessary...
He was fantastic in bed, if that's what you want to know. Astral projection level orgasms.
Okay, so we're definitely skipping over decorum then.
He would climb all over my body. I'm taller than him, as you know, and just imagine what he would do to me.
You know, actually, why don't we back up and talk about when you two first met?
Sure, yeah. I had posted a Craigslist ad. I was looking for someone to go buy a Christmas tree with, and he happened to respond.
That's interesting, given the fact that he's Jewish and all.
Oh, so am I.
And you said you were shopping for Christmas trees.
I don't close myself off from any experience. It's important for my chi to embrace all of the things that other religions have to offer. It opens my third eye.
Yeah, I suppose so.
And as for Josh, I don't know, he just thought he was so adventurous. Like he would do anything for the sake of a story.
That's the impression you got?
Yeah, but it was interesting considering how uptight he actually really was.
What do you mean by that?
Well, for example, I used to walk around the house naked, and it was like he wasn't comfortable with that. It was like it made him nervous. He would call me careless. I think he thought I was sleeping with my roommates. I was just being carefree. But I think he was so much more jealous than he ever let on.
So he wanted you all to himself?
Maybe so. The relationship didn't last long enough for me to really find that out.
What happened?
Well, I told you the I Ching reveals itself to me. And there were some hexagrams regarding Josh that didn't quite feel right.
So it was you who broke it off then?
I did, eventually. First, I took a long drive from Topanga to Koreatown where he lived to see him. I needed to look into his eyes. I needed to stare into his eyes to know.
What did you see?
Well, between you and me, he had a serious problem.
When things like that happen, you gotta let me know. I was talking to her for 40 fucking minutes. I mean, did you get any of that shit?
I thought it was on. I thought it was recording. It's the camera. It's not me. It's faulty equipment, not faulty user.
That's bullshit. No, it's bullshit. It's faulty user.
Well, speaking of faulty user, look what she gave me.
What the?
With the prospects of finding a definitive answer almost null, we moved on to the third and last name on the list, Jessica DuPont. Things weren't much different.
Hey, I'm in the middle of a session. You need to get out of here. Why are you filming this?
We just want to ask you a few questions. I tried to contact you through your professional email and your personal, but we didn't get any response.
Was that not an indication as to my level of interest? You need to get these cameras out.
Is this part of the therapy? Look, just want to ask a couple questions. Not trying to make a scene.
You made a scene the moment you stepped foot in this office. I'm not asking you guys, I'm telling you, leave.
Nothing I love more than giving an interview on my lunch break.
I know, I'm sorry. It's just, we felt it was really crucial to get your point of view in this film.
What film? You haven't said a fucking thing about this. That should have been the first thing you explained.
That's true, I'm sorry. It's actually about Josh Herman. We're doing a documentary on the actual lives of reality TV stars.
You have got to be fucking kidding me. You interrupt my time with a patient. You trespass, all for this shit. Is everything okay up there?
Only slightly. Look, normally I wouldn't do this, but we just felt it was really important, and we didn't get a response from you.
I'm only doing this now because I think it'll be a bigger pain in the ass to get you to leave. Look, just make it quick, like quicker than quick. 3 minutes.
Okay, well, why don't we start with how you two met?
I worked with Josh's friend's wife editing videos for a dating service called Great Expectations. None of the people in the videos could be called great. You'd think those things would be obsolete by this point. Anyway, so Josh and my paths just crossed in a natural sort of way.
Like a love at first sight?
Hardly. No. I actually slept with Josh's friend the night we met. Josh and I were friends for a while, and yeah.
So there's no romantic interest at all?
No, not on my part. And I think Josh was mostly interested because of my sordid past.
What does that mean?
I used to be a dominatrix, and Josh got a kick out of it. He called it Dom for profit. I once got paid to make a guy take off his clothes and clean my litter box. That's called a win-win.
So you don't do that anymore?
No, I do not. Look, it was mostly people just asking me to pee on them, and it got old after a while. But it all led me to this. That and the money my grandmother gave me to go back to school. So I dropped the dom ship, dropped the meth, and went and got my psych degree.
Did Josh ever ask you to dominate him?
Never.
So there was nothing kinky about his sense of pleasure?
What the fuck kind of question is that for a documentary? And we never had sex per se. We both just had these cookies that were laced with drugs and hooked up in a very stoned, very sloppy sort of way, and it changed things.
When you say cookies, do you mean like marijuana edibles?
Don't be such a child, no. We were on our way to see The Room at the theater, and there was this person outside selling homemade cookies. We didn't know that they were spiked. we were out of our fucking mind. So we went to this drug testing facility and we were like, can you please test us? And they were like, where do we send the results? Finally, we got them to give us the test, and the results came back and showed traces of like everything: cocaine, codeine, LSD, PCP, the works.
That sounds horrible.
It was. And at that point, I wasn't even a stranger to drugs.
So what do you mean by things changed?
I feel like the drugs changed Josh on like a long-term brain level. Like he just got so serious after. It wasn't fun anymore. I would be talking to him and it would just be suddenly like his face changed. Like I couldn't even recognize him. Like something was different in the eyes. And then there was this one...
What?
No, I don't have time. I have a patient, but here, just call me and I'll tell you the rest.